there, good morning. My name's Jason, and I'm one half of the Highwaymen.
Good morning, everybody. And my name's Stephen. I'm the other half. And it's absolutely marvellous to see you. 3,300 odd plus subscribers, I think,
Yes,
Jay, now, isn't it?
we do appreciate that. We very much do. Because we were very unpopular at one point.
Well, yeah, I changed my soap and everything. Didn't make much difference, but there
we got there in the end. We're getting
we
there.
did get there in the end.
We did get there in the end.
So that was good. Okay, so what, mate, are we going to be looking at today?
Today, Steve, we're talking about trichophilia. You didn't even know I was going to say that, did you?
No, I
Trichophilia,
didn't.
which is the fetish of body hair. Okay.
Oh, right.
So basically, anyone who's kind of fetishizes people with body hair. We're more thinking about men who are fetishized about women, which generally is more
Yes.
the thing. Women don't seem to get quite as obsessed about things like this as men do, I don't think. We're just a bit weird like that, aren't we? But yeah, so men who like hirsuite women, and it's a thing.
Hirsuite.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a word, isn't it? A suit made of hair, which I
Yeah,
suppose it pretty much is.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, this goes back to many, many years ago when me and Steve used to work together. And the glorious channel, which is Channel 4, which always puts out strange shit. And we like strange shit, don't we, basically?
We absolutely do, mate.
And I do remember coming to work talking about this very, very program. I don't know if you remember it at all, but there was this fellow who was kind of obsessed with hairy women, so much so he'd gone to, I think it was Sicily or Madeira or some Italian island, because he'd heard that the most hairy women are on this island. So not only did he like the hairy armpits, he liked he wanted hairy legs, he liked the snail trail down to the, and the whole kind of 9 yards. So he was like adamant, and that was his thing, and that's what he's looking for. And he was American, and he travelled all the way to Italy to find his hairy goddess, as it were. Not my cup of tea, I have to say.
Not mine.
No,
not mine.
I'm the other way, I'm afraid.
Well, now then, look, you see, it's not just black and white, is it?
No.
Well, it is. It actually is, depending on the colour of your hair, I suppose. but
or ginger or blonde.
You see, I do like a bit of hair down there.
Do you?
Not on legs. Oh, dear God, not on legs.
No,
I could possibly tolerate. No, thinking about it, I couldn't even tolerate the armpit stuff.
No,
couldn't do that.
Well, if you think about the 80s, if you think about going back to the 70s and early 80s, and I remember going on holiday to Europe, and you could always spot the German girls, because German girls always had the hairy armpits.
That's
it was
true.
a thing, weren't it? It was like
you
spotted the German girls, because hairy armpits, they're German, and that was kind of their thing, wasn't it? It was kind of culturally their thing. So I'm trying to think. So I'd have gone on my first foreign holiday, very, very late 80s. And it was traditional. And I think, do you remember 99 Red Balloons with Nana?
Very much so.
And in the video in that, she kind of throws her arms up, and there's all this, and everyone in England was like, gobsmacked, because we'd never seen that before. It's kind of like, oh my God, hairy armpits on a woman. That's just not cricket.
Oh my God. Yeah, it doesn't do anything for me. And I'm struggling to understand how it can do anything for anybody. But hey, it's a mixed up world, isn't it?
I think the thing is we're programmed to think like that women are supposed to be smooth and hairless, and men are supposed to be hairy. I mean, that's kind of how we're programmed. I mean, that's changed a lot now, because I notice from when I used to work in the gym, and that a lot of blokes will shave their arms now. They actually shave their arm.
Yeah.
And I've done that before, to be honest. I mean, with having so many tattoos, it does show you tattoos off more and stuff. So a lot of men will shave their armpits now, because of the hygiene thing and all the rest of it. It's becoming more of a thing. And as you get involved in sport, cyclists obviously shave their legs, bodybuilders shave their legs. And I think if you go, places like Spain, obviously Spanish probably would tend to be more hairier than as sort of more paler Europeans. But again, I notice a lot of Spanish men will shave their legs. When you're on the beach and stuff, you do see a lot more of that. So the norm has changed a lot. But traditionally, we were always brought up that women were supposed to be smooth haired, and obviously at that time, culture in Germany was the other way around. I mean, we still have the feminists now who don't shave. I remember watching an episode of Naked Attraction where there was a girl on there who didn't shave. You
Right.
know, and she was a pretty girl. Ironically, the guy that she met, they got on really well. And when they came back within 6 weeks, she shaved it all off. Obviously,
Oh, really?
he said, "Well, actually, my preference is not that," and she shaved it all off for him. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
But yeah, I mean, so you like a bit of old 70s bush, then, do you?
Well, I do. Maybe it's from the era that I'm from. I don't know.
That's it.
But
You're
to
showing your
me,
age.
yeah, maybe I am. But to me, no, no, it goes completely the opposite way. That I really don't like that. And I'll tell psychologically, I'm sure it's because it kind of makes me think of little girls. And
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jimmy Savile. Let's
Yeah.
get that out
Yeah.
there.
Well, I'm
So
the other way around. You see, I prefer it smoother. So
yeah.
yeah. So where's my cigar and me heavy jewelry? You know,
You're this far away from it, let me tell you.
yeah,
But there's all different styles as well, though, isn't there? It's amazing what you can do with it. So there's like the full-on bushy one, and there's a little landing strip one, and I tell you what I don't like, which I think is just a bit weird, where some of them have just like a little round circle just above the slit. Do you know what
a
I mean? It's
round
just like a
circle.
yeah,
Is that
just
like when
like a little.
the aliens have come down and just kind of made a crop circle in the night?
It just looks like an exclamation mark, quite frankly. It depends which end you're looking at. But yeah, I don't quite understand that little bit to be honest with you.
Well, it's
But
like
hey,
hairstyles. It's you know you can have a vajazzle, can't you? When they put the old diamonds down there, you know,
yeah,
as whatever floats your boat, really. But
well, I agree. I
yeah,
agree. And colour's a big thing as well. A colour's a big thing. Now I've got to be honest.
colour. Oh, okay. But
I do love a bit of ginger.
the
Oh my goodness me, yes.
oh well, there you go then. But that normally matches the top part, doesn't it? That's the thing,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
very much so.
yeah. Steve's wife's not a redhead. I'll just actually put that out there. Unless you didn't pick that up from his looking around the corner. His wife's
That's
not
what I
a
was
redhead.
checking.
That's what. Yeah, yeah. But his next door neighbour might be. So
Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah,
But yeah. Bit of lovely. I mean, and all
yeah,
different textures as well, isn't
lovely.
there? All different
Yeah.
textures. And the longer it is, the springier it is, and
You've done a lot of
a bit
research,
short, a
haven't
bit
you?
bristly, isn't it? And all that sort of stuff. There's
Yeah,
loads you can do with it. Loads.
yeah. You've been researching that far too much.
Yeah.
I think the thing is like you know when you do see naked women in this day and age, and I think they tend to be more the other way.
Look, here's the.
And me being so much younger than you, I'm obviously
Of
influenced
course.
more
Yeah.
by the more recent cultures as opposed to growing up in the 70s like you, fossil. So you know that's what it is.
There is that.
And of
Look,
course,
here's
and
the
then
acid test. Well,
yeah,
here's the acid test, right?
yeah.
So it's hypothetical. We're both single young dudes. It's very hypothetical. Anyway, so we're out there. We pull a bird. You take yours, but I take mine. Get to a room. She takes all her clothes off. Hairy legs, hairy pits, all the bits that are going on. Do you continue through with this, or do you say, "I'll get in my coat, love, until you can go and find a
It
razor"?
depends what point you're at, doesn't it, and how drunk you are. Now, for me, it's just not a thing. It's just it's just a no go for me. I'm afraid.
I couldn't do it. I
No,
couldn't do it.
I don't think so.
I got to be brutally
It's
honest.
a,
I'd
it's
be
a,
like,
it goes back to Book Angel.
Buck Angel?
Do you never have we never spoken about Book Angel? I'm
What?
sure
Not that
we
I
spoke
know
about
of.
Book Angel. Book Angel was a trans porn star, which was actually a female to male. So
Jesus Christ.
so on the outside, very very male, you know, hairy and muscular and all the rest of it. The downstairs is a woman.
We have we
Yeah,
have spoken
yeah.
about him.
And so for
We've done
me,
one on him.
that's just too much Book Angel for me. You know, from the waist down. As soon as you get oh no. So yeah,
No,
not my cup of tea
no.
at all. But now let's flip it around a little bit more now. But then obviously there's women that like hairy men.
Well, yeah,
But I think they go for a
yeah.
bit more Sean Connery than Sasquatch. You know,
As bizarre as it sounds, I can almost see that because go right back to sort of primitive man. We were supposedly a lot more hairy and all the other
yeah,
as we've evolved, our hair has become finer and less apparent. But I suppose going right back to the beginning, what would a woman want from a bloke? Someone who could protect her. So someone who's more macho and everything. Does hairy make macho? I don't know.
I don't know. We probably associate that now with macho, but again, fashion's got a big influence. Like, you know, big beards are very fashionable at the moment. You know, that's an attraction for some people. Some people don't like them. Some people do like them. When I've got a bigger beard, and actually I was looking at some of our older videos the other week, and I had a massive beard at one point. My wife isn't so keen. She always says it's like kissing a muff. Now I don't know where she gets. I don't know where she's experiences from. I wasn't present at the time. You know,
I think an interview might be in order here.
I keep saying a muff. Sorry, slang for pussy on for our American friends. So I want to know how she's experienced this and how she knows that's what it's like kissing.
Yeah.
As I say, I wasn't present, and if there's no photographic evidence, it clearly never happened. But you know,
and was it in the 1970s?
Was it? Yeah, it must have been. It must have been with a big muff. Yeah. So big beards are sort of fashionable now, and people are sort of. But again, that's culture. That's kind of cool. I mean, I remember going out actually, fun enough, and I remember the first time. This is going back to probably the late 2000s, seeing a guy out with a big beard. Because you never seen him. And I remember saying, that looks pretty cool. You know, I remember looking at this bloke thinking, no, he was a young guy. He was a young guy, but he had very blonde hair, you know, obviously very groomed. His hair was very groomed and he, you know, smart, but he had this huge beard. And I just remember thinking, that looks very smart, but I'd never seen it before. Whereas now you see it all the time. But at the time, I would just remember thinking, I've not seen a bloke with a beard like that, like a young bloke. You know, you've seen the old boys out, you know, the old bikers and all that kind of stuff. You've never seen a young guy with you know, nice groomed hair and out on a night out with a big beard. And I remember, so it was only really been since the late 2000s that the beard started to come in. And you know, and that's the thing. And like you say, you can have this big wiry beard, but as long as your hair's all done nice and everything else is it doesn't look
unkempt.
It doesn't look scruffy, you know, because it is it's a cultural thing now. So you know, that's all coming in. So you know, we might, you know, if we started doing this in 10 years' time, we might have the discussion about it again and find that hairy armpits for women are the big thing and everyone's doing it, because you only need
that's true.
I mean, I think Cameron Diaz did it for a while, but you only need a couple of superstars to suddenly say, oh, you know, this is okay, and then everyone starts doing it, and it's kind of like the thing, and all the kids are doing it, and everyone starts doing it, and thinking it's normal. So, just a matter of time.
Okay, I hope not in my lifetime.
Yeah, we'll be dead. Hopefully, be dead by then. It's not. We've got about another 25, 30 years left, I think.
Yeah, about that.
Might come around again. We might be okay.
Well, you know what? Here's a weird thing as well, talking about the big beards. Because I remember when moustaches were the thing. Everyone didn't have beard, they had moustaches.
Yeah.
But now when you see someone with a moustache, they kind of look weird, don't they? You look at them and you think
they're coming back.
They are coming back.
Very slowly coming back. I did shave mine for a moustache. A few. I'll just see if I can find the photo. I'll put it on here. I looked like the one off The Simpsons, the next door neighbor, Ned Flanders.
Oh yeah.
I looked like Ned Flanders. Yeah. I mean, when I got married, my wife said, "Oh, you got to have the moustache. You got to have the moustache." So all my wedding photos, I got moustache, but I didn't actually want it. I wanted to shave it off at the time, but she liked it, so I had the moustache. So, but again, that was a very 80s thing, wasn't it? You know.
Yeah, I think it was. Yes, it definitely was. You know.
But even like the stubble, like now, like I think there'd been a time going to work like that, you might have been sent home for looking scruffy. You know what I mean? Whereas now, and I remember again going back to the 80s, Don Johnson. Miami Vice. He was the first one to have designer stubble, as they used to call it.
Yeah,
because you know, he was constantly having stubble, and that was very much not the thing. And it was very noticeable that he had stubble. Whereas now, everybody's got a little bit of something, pretty much, even the women, on their faces. You know. So again, it's the cultural shift. And the other thing with the cultural shift is, and I think I've mentioned this before in other videos, is it's now a global shift. Like when you used to go on holiday, again, talk about the women with the German, with the armpits and stuff, you could always almost tell what country people were from because the fashions were so different. You know, I remember when we used to have the kids from France, when they used to do the exchange students from France.
Oh, yeah.
The kids would come off the bus and they'd have all these bright colours and scarves, you know, all these like big scarves and things like that.
Yeah.
And they were so obviously French. Whereas now you go on holiday and we all dress the same. You know, we've all got the beards and the same haircuts and everything because of the internet and the world's so much.
Exactly.
You know, the world's so much smaller now. So fashions and stuff are very, very similar, whatever country you come from. And even the fashion brands and stuff, you know, we're all wearing, you know, the same kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Very influenced by America, I think.
Absolutely so.
Yeah.
There's a guy that keeps coming into my head, and I'm always on fixated with him, but regarding the beard and the moustache thing. And he's on an advert, and I think it might be for Sky Vegas. It's for one of the betting things or something like that. He's a young guy. And I thought about him when you were talking about the young bloke with a big beard. And kind of what he has, he's got a big full beard, but his moustache is even bigger and fuller. Yeah. So it's like, even though he has a full beard, you can see the moustache is separate because it's a really, that's a brilliant look. I really like it. Not on a woman, but I really like that on a bloke.
I think you've rocked the moustache with the old things before at the end, haven't you?
I did used to have that, with a twirly up, like Pyro, really.
I have got some moustache wax, to be fair. When my beard was bigger, my daughter bought me like a beard kit and moustache wax was in there. I think I might have used it once, but I don't like my moustache getting too big. I don't like it on my lip. I have to kind of, anyway.
On a personal basis, now listen, we're really pushing the envelope there. So going right out there, do you shave your pubes?
Yes.
There we are.
Completely. I go for the Jimmy Savile female Jimmy Saviles out there. I go the whole 9 yards. I have done. I think I started it after I had my vasectomy, because I went when I had my vasectomy. The doctor was a bit of a weirdo because he said, "Of course you'll have to shave off your pubes," and he kind of like said it in like a sniggery kind of like thing, and I did it, and I thought, "Oh, I quite like that." So I have done for many years. Clearly, you don't.
Well, when I can be bothered, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I look down and think, oh, hello, that's getting a bit
Where's he gone?
Control.
Where's he gone?
then I do. But it's not something that I think about. As you quite rightly point out, I am those few months older than you. And I think you reach a magic point in your life, and if I'm truthful, you think, well, I don't give a shit. It doesn't really matter anyway, does it?
It might matter to Pam. She doesn't want to be flossing. Clearly, Steve's been married quite a long time. Doesn't bother her so much. She's just happy to say, "Oh my God, it's not Saturday again, is it?"
There's another argument for women not having hair. It'd be like Velcro, wouldn't it? Get stuck.
That's true. Yeah.
Tear apart.
Anyway, have we lowered the tone enough on this one? I think we have.
I believe we have. Yeah.
So hairy women, yes or no? Big down.
On general, no, but you got to have a bit of something.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'd like to know what you think, because what we think doesn't
show us pictures. We'd like pictures.
Yeah. If you want to send us pictures, that's fine. Comments, please. We always welcome your comments, and we want to know what you think. We also would welcome you to subscribe to our channel if you want to hear more of our useless drivel. And what else have we got to do, Steve?
Well, you've got to press the old. Here we go. It's a bit of a curly one today, Jay.
Oh, the anticipation. There you go. Press the bell icon, and you'll get notifications when we post new videos, which is every week, usually every Saturday, pretty much. Yeah. Unless Steve's decorating, which tends to be most weeks these days. So, anyway, thanks very much for watching. We hope you come back again next time, and we'll see you in a week's time. You take care.
It's been lovely to see you. Have a great one, everybody. Take care. Bye.